Did you know that Prince William and Kate Middleton just revealed a hidden royal secret, after 3 years of being the Prince and Princess of Wales? Most fans didn't even notice it until now, and yet this quiet gesture is steeped in history, symbolism, and family legacy. Hidden inside a simple event brochure from the Royal Variety performance, the couple's updated conjugal coat of arms quietly made its debut, an emblem that reflects their status, their heritage, and even subtle personal touches from their life together. But this isn't just about pretty designs or fancy crowns. Every shield, every feather, and every motto carries centuries of tradition, some of it linked to Queen Elizabeth II, Princess Diana, and the evolution of the British monarchy itself. What exactly does it all mean, and why did William and Kate wait so long to share it publicly? Stick around, because the details you're about to see reveal a story most people have completely missed. On November 19, 2025, the eyes of the world were on London's Royal Albert Hall for the Royal Variety performance, one of the most prestigious events the British monarchy supports. The glittering evening promised celebrity performances, dazzling outfits, and the usual royal presence. But what truly caught fans' attention wasn't on the stage, it was hidden in plain sight within the event brochure. For the first time, the public got a glimpse of Prince William and Kate Middleton's updated conjugal coat of arms. Remarkably, the couple had quietly unveiled this emblem after more than 3 years of holding the titles Prince and Princess of Wales, and yet it went almost unnoticed until this moment. The brochure, a small but official piece from the Royal Variety charity, included a dedication thanking William and Kate for attending. Alongside the dedication was their shields, merged into a singular heraldic emblem reflecting their marital and royal status. Fans quickly realized this was not just a decorative touch, but a significant symbolic update, one that represented the couple's evolving roles in the monarchy. The quietness of the reveal added to the mystique. There were no grand announcements or media spotlights. Instead, the emblem emerged subtly, a hidden jewel for those paying attention. This understated introduction perfectly suits the royal approach, private yet profoundly meaningful. For over a century, the Royal Variety performance has been more than just entertainment, it's a key fundraiser that the royal family has traditionally supported. And now, in a modern twist, the event became the stage for revealing a centuries-old tradition updated for the new era of the monarchy. The timing is also noteworthy. William and Kate have held their titles since King Charles III formally named William the Prince of Wales following Queen Elizabeth II's passing in September 2022. Yet, the updated emblem only now surfaces publicly, hinting at both their patience and a deliberate choice to keep certain royal symbols understated until the right moment. It's a reminder that in the monarchy, power and prestige often speak quietly, in symbols, titles, and subtle updates rather than loud declarations, but the symbolism doesn't stop at the brochure. Every element, from the positioning of shields to the tiniest emblems, carries historical weight. And the story of these shields is layered, bridging centuries of royal tradition with personal touches from William and Kate's life. As we dive deeper into the design, you'll see that this isn't just a coat of arms, it's a storybook etched in heraldry, connecting past, present, and future. What exactly does each detail signify? And why does this quiet reveal matter so much to the monarchy? That's what we'll explore next. At first glance, a conjugal coat of arms might seem like just an ornate emblem full of colors, lions, and crowns, but it's far more than that. In the world of heraldry, it's a deeply symbolic representation of a married couple, combining their personal lineage, family history, and official royal standing into one cohesive design. For William and Kate, their conjugal coat of arms isn't merely decorative, it's a visual story of their marriage, their families, and their evolving roles within the monarchy. William and Kate first received their combined emblem in 2013, 2 years after their wedding in April 2011. At the time, the design united their individual shields into a single, harmonious composition approved by the Queen herself. But heraldry, unlike fashion, isn't static. It evolves with the status and responsibilities of its bearers. That's why this latest iteration, quietly unveiled in November 2025, reflects not only their marriage but also their elevated positions as the Prince and Princess of Wales, the beauty of a conjugal coat of arms lies in its layers of meaning. Each detail, from the lions and harps to the subtle use of colors and symbols, serves as a storytelling device. For William and Kate, the emblem merges centuries-old royal tradition with personal touches unique to their family. It's a blend of history and personality, showing respect for the past while acknowledging their present roles. What's fascinating is how the emblem communicates these stories without a single word. For example, it visually balances William's historic duties as heir to the throne with Kate's personal heritage from the Middletons, symbolizing how the monarchy now merges personal and institutional histories. It's like a silent statement, speaking volumes to those who understand the language of heraldry, yet remaining largely invisible to casual observers. This kind of subtle messaging is precisely why William and Kate's new emblem is so intriguing. Unlike flashy announcements or public statements, a coat of arms operates in quiet dignity, carrying centuries of meaning in a single image. And it's a reminder that in royal life, the most important messages often aren't shouted from the red carpet, they're quietly embedded in symbols, artifacts, and ceremonial touches that most of the world never notices. So what do these symbols actually look like, and why do they matter so much? That's where the next section comes in, a deep dive into William's shield, the Prince of Wales feathers, and the centuries of tradition hidden in every detail. When you look at William's side of the new conjugal coat of arms, you're not just seeing art, you're seeing the very soul of the British monarchy. His shield, placed on the left, is a heraldic tapestry stitched together from the United Kingdom itself, the three lions of England, the lion of Scotland, and the harp of Ireland. These symbols aren't random, they reflect centuries of royal heritage and show how William represents a country made up of many parts. Encircling that shield is a blue garter, inscribed with the motto, Honi soit mal y pense, a powerful reminder of the Order of the Garter, one of the oldest and most prestigious chivalric orders. It's not just decorative, it's a signal of duty, honor, and tradition, tying William to a lineage of knightly service, but perhaps the most arresting feature is the trio of white ostrich feathers soaring through a gold coronet, the heraldic badge of the Prince of Wales. Beneath the coronet, a dark blue ribbon bears the German phrase, Ich diene, which translates to, I serve. This feathered emblem doesn't just look royal, it means royal, deeply embedded in history. The badge dates back to the 14th century and is closely associated with Edward, the Black Prince, who is often credited with adopting both the feathers and the motto after a famous battle. Some traditions even suggest he borrowed them from King John of Bohemia, though experts argue that's more legend than fact. These feathers, with their proud elegance and weighty symbolism, aren't just about status. They're a promise. William, as heir, is declaring that his role is not just about privilege, but service. The motto, I serve, underlines that his duty is not just to inherit, but to lead, to sacrifice, to uphold the traditions of his ancestors. Layered into this design, too, are subtle touches that connect him personally to his mother. The red scallop shell worn by the lion and unicorn supporters hints at his Spencer lineage, Princess Diana's family. And framing it all, the royal lion and unicorn stand vigilantly, reinforcing that this is both a deeply personal emblem and one rooted in centuries of monarchy. So when you look at William's shield, you're seeing more than symbols, you're seeing a living legacy. As Prince of Wales, his emblem is a bold, quiet declaration, his heritage is royal, his responsibility is profound, and his commitment is clear. If William's side of the conjugal coat of arms represents centuries of royal tradition, then Kate Middleton's shield is a quiet, elegant reflection of the woman who transformed from a commoner into the Princess of Wales, while never losing her identity. Her half of the emblem isn't loud, nor does it lean heavily on ancient royal symbols. Instead, it celebrates where she comes from, who she is, and the values she brings into the monarchy. At the center of Kate's shield sits the now famous golden acorn, flanked by delicate white chevrons on a vibrant blue background. For many viewers, the acorn might look decorative, but it carries deep meaning. It symbolizes the Middletons' roots in Berkshire, where oak trees dominate the countryside, and where Kate spent much of her life before entering the royal world. The acorn represents strength, endurance, and quiet resilience, qualities Kate has consistently displayed, especially during her most challenging public moments. The white chevrons, often overlooked, symbolize the peaks and valleys of life, a subtle nod to personal growth, challenges, and triumphs. It's a reminder that Kate's journey wasn't a straight path. She didn't grow up in palaces or attend elite aristocratic schools. She worked, studied, and lived an entirely normal life before love, fate, and history intertwined to place her at the heart of the British monarchy. Her shield retains the exact design granted to her by King Charles III in 2011, shortly before her wedding. It is simple, sleek, and modern, mirroring Kate's own approach to royal life, elegance without excess, tradition without rigidity. Above Kate's shield rests the coronet of the Princess of Wales, the same title once held by Diana. The coronet features alternating fleurs-de-lis and crosses petits, a visual reminder that Kate has stepped into a role steeped in history, scrutiny, and responsibility. Yet, notably, Kate's coronet is slightly smaller and visually lighter than William. This isn't about status, it's about symbolism. Kate's role is significant, but she remains grounded, balanced, and quietly powerful. When set side by side with William's heraldry, Kate's shield feels like a beautiful counterpoint. His is historical and heavy with tradition. Hers is personal, modern, and rooted in family values. Together, they symbolize what their marriage has always represented, the merging of heritage and humanity, royalty and relatability, duty and love. In the conjugal coat of arms, Kate's shield proves one thing: she may have entered the royal family by marriage, but she brought her own identity with her, and it stands proudly beside William's for the world to see. If Kate's shield represents roots and identity, then Prince William's shield is a living timeline of the monarchy itself. Every color, creature, and crown embedded in his emblem tells a story, not just about William, but about the entire history of the United Kingdom. It is tradition layered on tradition, echoing centuries of royal duty. William received this shield when he turned 18, a milestone that marked his transition into a working royal and his preparation for future kingship. It was designed by the College of Arms with one clear purpose: to carry the weight of every kingdom he will one day serve. The shield is quartered, each section representing a cornerstone of the UK's historic identity. In the first and fourth quarters, you see the iconic three golden lions of England, a heraldic symbol that dates back to Richard the Lionheart. These lions represent bravery, justice, and the guardianship expected of a future monarch. In the second quarter, the unmistakable Red Lion of Scotland stands proudly, symbolizing courage and ancient sovereignty, and then comes the third quarter, where the elegant Golden Harp of Ireland sits, representing harmony, unity, and the long history of the Irish crown. Together, these images don't just form a shield, they form a map of William's future responsibilities, kingdoms he will someday represent on the world stage. Surrounding his shield is the prestigious blue garter with the Old Norman French motto Honi soit que mal y pense, which translates to "shame to those who think evil of it." This motto is the mark of the Order of the Garter, the highest order of chivalry in the United Kingdom, and William is one of its elite knight companions. But there is a softer, more personal detail woven into his heraldry. Both the royal lion and the unicorn wear a small, three-pointed collar decorated with a red scallop shell. This shell comes from the Spencer family crest, a tribute to William's late mother, Princess Diana. It's a subtle but deeply emotional reminder that Diana's legacy lives on, not just in William's heart, but in the very symbols that represent him. William's shield is bold, historic, and rich with meaning, a perfect balance to Kate's modern, grounded emblem. Together, they create the foundation of the conjugal coat of arms, two stories merging into one future. If William and Kate's shields tell the story of who they are, then the figures standing beside them, the majestic royal lion and the mystical unicorn of Scotland, tell the story of what they represent. These mythical guardians are not decorative ornaments, they are pillars of identity, embodying the power, mythology, and unity of the British monarchy for centuries. On the left stands the Golden Lion of England, crowned and roaring forward. Its presence is as old as the monarchy itself. Historically, the lion symbolizes valor, authority, and guardianship, but within the conjugal coat of arms, it has an even deeper meaning. It protects the heir, guiding him toward his destiny as the future king. This lion supports William's shield, a visual reminder that the heritage of England stands firmly behind him. It carries the weight of tradition while symbolizing the courage William must embody, especially as public expectations grow with every passing year. On the right stands the legendary unicorn of Scotland, chained but noble, powerful but restrained. In mythology, the unicorn was believed to be so strong and untamable that only a pure and rightful sovereign could command it. Its chain is not captivity, it represents loyalty to the crown, strength under rightful authority. Placed next to Kate's shield, the unicorn becomes a symbol of grace, dignity, and quiet power, traits that align beautifully with Kate herself, but the most intimate detail on both creatures is the one most people miss. Each wears a small, three-pointed collar decorated with a red scallop shell. This isn't just a design choice, it's a tribute to Princess Diana's Spencer lineage. The scallop shell has been a Spencer family emblem for centuries, representing pilgrimage, purpose, and honor. By placing this symbol on both the lion and the unicorn, the coat of arms subtly acknowledges Diana's enduring influence in William's life and legacy. It's a moving detail, almost hidden, yet immensely powerful, a reminder that even within the grandeur of monarchy, family ties and personal histories remain deeply woven into tradition. Together, the lion and the unicorn do more than guard the shields. They embody the union of two kingdoms, the merging of two destinies, and the balance between strength and grace that William and Kate bring to the royal future. While William's shield carries centuries of royal tradition, Kate's shield tells a different kind of story, one rooted in family, symbolism, and the long journey from an ordinary upbringing to the heart of the monarchy. And this is exactly why her side of the conjugal coat of arms is so fascinating. Every color, every line, every sprig tells a quiet truth about where she comes from. At the center are the three acorns, illustrated with delicate sprigs of oak. Most people see them as simple decorations, but they represent something far more personal. Each acorn symbolizes one of the Middleton siblings, Kate, Pippa, and James. The College of Arms described this element as a tribute not just to the family, but to the place that shaped them. Kate grew up in a region surrounded by thick oak woodlands, and the oak itself has long symbolized strength, endurance, and steady growth. In other words, the acorns don't just mark where she came from, they honor the upbringing that made her who she is today. Across the shield runs a bold gold chevron, a direct reference to her mother Carol's maiden name, Goldsmith. It's a subtle nod to a family heritage that predates royal titles and noble responsibilities. Above and below it are two white chevrons, representing the mountains and rugged landscapes of the Lake District, a place known to hold deep meaning for the Middleton family. Anyone who knows Kate's affinity for nature, hiking, and the outdoors immediately understands why this detail matters, but the real impact of Kate's shield isn't just the symbolism, it's the message. For centuries, marrying into royalty meant erasing your old identity. Your past became irrelevant, swallowed by the crown. But Kate's coat of arms does the opposite. It proudly declares, her past is not something to hide, it's part of the monarchy now. It sends a quiet but powerful message about modern royalty. Kate didn't abandon her roots when she became Princess of Wales. She brought them with her. And the monarchy, rather than brushing aside her background, immortalized it in heraldry. It's a reminder that the future Queen of England isn't defined solely by royal bloodlines but by character, family, and a grounded, relatable life before the palace gates. And that shift, subtle yet symbolic, shows just how much the royal family has evolved. One detail has puzzled many royal watchers. Why did it take more than 3 years for William and Kate's updated conjugal coat of arms to appear publicly? They became the Prince and Princess of Wales in 2022, yet this new emblem only surfaced quietly inside a single event brochure in late 2025. At first glance, it feels like an odd delay, but when you look closer, the timing may not be accidental at all. The truth is, the royal family rarely rushes symbolic changes. Every alteration carries weight, and the monarchy prefers transitions that feel earned, not forced. For William and Kate, stepping into their new roles after Queen Elizabeth's passing was a moment of massive historical and emotional significance. The family likely wanted the public to adjust naturally before introducing new symbols that represented the next era of leadership. There's also a practical side. Updates to heraldry must be designed, approved, and formally recorded by the College of Arms, a process that is famously deliberate. It doesn't happen overnight, and every detail must pass through strict guidelines, layers of review, and royal approval. A symbol that will represent a future king and queen for decades cannot be rushed or casually revealed. But the most interesting angle is strategic. William and Kate's public image has shifted dramatically since 2022. They've taken on bigger responsibilities, stepped into more senior roles, and started shaping the monarchy in ways that feel more modern and relatable. Revealing the updated emblem now, quietly, with no fanfare, could be the palace's way of signaling that their leadership has fully settled. A slow, subtle rollout avoids controversy, avoids comparisons to the past, and allows the emblem to be discovered naturally, almost like a hidden message for those paying attention. Another theory is that the Royal Variety performance was chosen intentionally. It's a deeply traditional event with more than a century of royal involvement. By letting the emblem debut there, the palace created a symbolic bridge between old royal traditions and the new generation stepping into their place. In the end, the timing tells you everything. The monarchy isn't just passing responsibilities to William and Kate, it's handing them the weight of history. Quietly, carefully, and with every symbolic detail in place. By the time you reach the end of William and Kate's updated conjugal coat of arms, one thing becomes clear: this emblem isn't just a decorative symbol revealed in a brochure, it's a quiet declaration of where the monarchy is heading next. Every feather, every lion, every acorn, every motto is a piece of a puzzle that reflects not only who William and Kate are today, but who they are preparing to become. For William, the presence of the Prince of Wales' feathers, the coronet, and the centuries-old motto Ich dien, I serve, signals a role that is no longer waiting in the distance. It's here, right now. He embodies the bridge between tradition and the next generation of leadership. His shield carries the legacy of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Diana's heritage, a reminder that the crown he will one day wear comes with deep responsibilities and even deeper history. For Kate, her shield represents something the monarchy has rarely embraced: the power of a modern, self-made background. Instead of burying her roots, the royal family has immortalized them: her family's oak trees, her siblings symbolized through acorns, and her mother's heritage through gold. These aren't superficial details, they're a message that the monarchy values authenticity, stability, and connection to ordinary life more than ever before. Together, the combined coat of arms shows a marriage that blends royal tradition with the grounded, contemporary values that William and Kate represent. It is both ancient and modern, powerful yet personal. And the timing of its appearance, quiet, delayed, almost hidden, mirrors the way the couple carries themselves, not through loud statements, but through gradual, steady influence. With King Charles now facing his own health challenges and slowing down his duties, the shift toward the next generation feels stronger than ever. While the palace has not announced anything official, the subtle rollout of this emblem suggests something undeniable. William and Kate are stepping forward in ways the public may not fully see yet. The new coat of arms is more than artwork. It is a signpost. A quiet signal. A piece of history marking the moment when the future king and queen begin defining their era under the radar. And as this emblem continues to appear more frequently, at events, in programs, on official documents, one thing will become impossible to ignore: the next chapter of the monarchy has already begun.